Hello, and welcome to the Wreckage of Drannor. My name is Chris, and I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight, and I use they, them pronouns. We're thrilled to be streaming at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. Well, how to describe the Wreckage of Drannor? It's a love letter to computer RPGs of my childhood, including the Baldur's Gate series, the Pool of Radiance series, Neverwinter Nights, taking a specific location from Pool of Radiance and then putting a modern spin on it. So the ancient elven city of Drannor has been lost to time many a time, and is so once again. And a group of unlikely heroes in this case will be heading there to try and uncover more secrets. I hope you enjoy the adventure. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing a fantasy character in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique character sheets in front of them, which tell them who they are, what they can do, their deepest, darkest secrets, and what dice to roll. They'll mostly be rolling a 20-sided dice, and you should be seeing a little number ticker up here in the corner when they do. 20s are good, 1s are bad, everything in between is on a scale, so feel free to boo and or cheer depending on what's happening in the story. And while they play their characters, I, the Dungeon Master, will play literally everything else. So anyone they encounter, any monsters they have to fight, any weather patterns, story beats, anything else, that's all me. So you'll see me playing a huge number of people alongside them. Now, I'm very excited to introduce you to the cast of The Wreckage of Drannor, so without ado, here they are.
Hi, I'm Nat, I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Ildrathni Elendor, who uses she, they pronouns. Ildrathni is an elf, definitely not a Dhampir at all. No, mostly elf. And also a cleric and a little bit of paladin, and is currently traveling with a very, very ancient elf on a mission to go to the renowned city of Drannor.
Hi, I am Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Ava, who also uses she, her pronouns. Ava is an Azamar, warlock of the undead. She currently has a dead patron, stolen powers, a massive vendetta with her god, and the Wand of Orcus sending demons after her, so that's all fine. Some people say that she's evil, and I've no idea why. She just has a lot going on.
Hi there, I'm Nate. I use he, him pronouns, and I get played by G, who also uses he, him pronouns. And, I started off as a wizard, right? And then I hung about with some druids for a long time. And then that was when I became an artificer, sort of, for a bit. More like an apprentice, but then I didn't really finish my training. Most recently I made a warlock pact. And, I've been in some bands and stuff for a while as well. So I suppose you could say I'm kind of I like getting into a lot of different stuff.
Hi, I'm Niall. I play Anton Rain. Both of us use he, him pronouns. Anton is a divination wizard and a little bit of fighter thrown in there. Once found out that he is a descendant of an ancient Netherese wizard, undead mummy, and is, not a descendant, but a clone, and is currently struggling with that whilst being a little bit obsessed with magic and mythlars.
Hi, I'm Evie. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Ephemera, who also uses she, her pronouns. Ephemera is a reborn druid of spores, and being reborn was killed, sacrificed to orcas at some point in the past, and through a wacky series of events is now traveling with her good pal Ava, totally not a terrifying angel person, with a wand of orcas being chased by demons. Life decisions have been made. Don't know if they're good.
And there are all of our lovely players. Before we dive too deep into the story, a couple more AOB to go through. First, a word from our sponsors.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search for Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it does sometimes happen, and have a company policy in place for correction should the need arise. If you think we've missed anything, please let us know. You can drop us an email at rolltogetherrpg@gmail.com, or just pop something into chat. We're always open to hearing about how we can do things better. We use the TTRPG Safety Toolkit as part of play. If you put !safety into chat right now, there'll be a link to it, or you can ask us about it on any of our social medias. We're happy to share it. It is created by Lauren Bryant and Kiana Shaw, and is an absolutely excellent way to play safely at your tables, and we couldn't recommend it more. If you pop !safety into chat as well, you'll also see a link to content warnings. This campaign does sometimes stray into the dark, especially party PvP, party and party conflict. So do check that out and see if there's anything there you'd like to avoid. Anyway, without further ado, here's the intro. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of the Wreckage of Drannor. We're in the end game now, Mr. Stark. That's not the line. Anyway, yeah.
That was terrible.
I don't feel so good. Tony. All the bad line reads. Hello. Yes. We're in the endgame, folks. It's happening. We've got a massive fight with a marut happening on the material plane, which is trying to free a god-destroying nightmare creature, which sounds a bit like an old MS-DOS computer. We have two of our heroes are chilling in Arvandor because that's where they decided to be. And
we could have probably have gone back and helped.
Oh, we'll get to that. And the other two are on their way to the fugue plane to speak to Kelemvor.
The what plane?
The fugue plane. It's where all the dead go.
Okay.
Oh, purgatory.
Where did you think Kelemvor lived?
I didn't know it was called the fugue plane.
Is that bad?
That's right next to the fumigation plane.
They're all in alphabetical order.
That's really nice toccata.
Every time you walk in. Okay. Anyway, that's what we are doing. There's a lot to do and a lot to unwind, and 2 episodes left, so let's dive straight in. I'm going to launch things off in Arvandor. As described beforehand, it is elven heaven. It is a lot like the Feywild. You can use that as a touchstone if you like. But instead of the slight whimsy and quirk of the Feywild, this is just a lazy Sunday afternoon, warm, beautiful sunshine, fields full of golden grass, and all the colours are slightly too vivid. Like, it would hurt your eyes unless you were really comfortable and happy here. Anton is there, alongside Nate. Well, let's be clear. This is a simulacrum of Nate, who has just been given trousers, thank heavens. And the two of you are in Arvandor with a piece of Dranor's vault, which came with you when the Mythalar, which is also still with you, took you to this place. What are you doing? Because, your friends have just spoken to Corellin Lorethian and have now been teleported away to go and talk to Kelemvor. You know there's a fight going on in the material plane, and the two of you are just, what, plucking daisies?
I mean, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, why would you go back to die? Just stay in heaven.
I think Nate probably would have asked about the clone. And
have that conversation. Yeah.
Oh, basically, at some point, I was full on expecting to be killed either by Nezaril or Ava, maybe both at the same time. So what I thought is, right, it's okay, put the clone inside the Mythalar. That way, They'll be like, "Oh, I've got a Mythalar and I'm running around with it," and I didn't. The calculations of you surviving decreased as I died as well. So I was like, if everybody dies, then at least I'll be able to get them, as a surprise, because in 120 days, when they least expect it, I'll wake up inside the Mythalar, boom, automatically attune. Dimension door out, and then...
All right. I was wondering, because, that sounds a bit like waking up in a coffin, just...
Well, actually, the way that I figured it would probably be like this this liquid tank. It'd be quite nice, actually, a breathable liquid. It'd be an interesting sensation.
Looking at the Mythalar itself, it's big enough to have something like that in it. Do you know where it is? Because you cast the spell.
It's about there. Just points to the bottom of the Mythalar.
The glowing orb above it is still floating and glowing, and also don't touch the orb, I'll remind you again. Yeah. But the rest of it it's still standing, it's still clearly active and able to be used, and a massively powerful magical device just sitting here in Elven Heaven.
That's a good point, though, because if I do still die when I cast this wish spell for Jeremiah, I would like it if you did keep my belongings so that I could have them back when I get back.
I mean, I'll do what I can. I'm not dead as well.
It's a very good point.
Anton, do you know that this is a clone of... It's not a clone, this is a simulacrum of Nate, or do you not?
No, I would. Yeah, I saw it happen, so I'd be like, yeah.
You could have cast clone as well.
I was just thinking. No, because that would have
not if you
taken long.
Not using a wish.
Oh, yeah.
Reduces all casting time to 1 action.
What level is clone, though?
9, 8.
8 level.
Oh, okay. Cool.
What's with this ring?
He doesn't have the ring. The ring's on real Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you remember.
Well, it's...
Why did we do this to ourselves? I'm just... Okay.
Oh, yeah, well, it just, it lets you cast Wish. And, well, there's another thing as well, but I don't know if it is... I'm not convinced it's going to work.
Why, what's that?
Well, have you ever heard of a Ring of 9 Lives?
No.
Well, the theory is that, if you've got it on and you die, then, well, you don't die. It, brings you back to life. And it's meant to have 9 lives, so it looks like a bit like a cat's face.
And did you know how many lives were currently in it?
I think 3, but, I don't know. I'm just not convinced. I've heard about them before, but I've never actually seen one.
Sounds like, I don't know, theological mumbo-jumbo to me.
Yeah, kind of.
Right. I just thought, excuse me, Corellin.
Did you just excuse me, Corellin, to the head of the Elven Pantheon who is sat in a field about 30 feet away from you?
Yeah.
They will turn to look at you. They basically were ignoring you. And
exactly. How else would they know I needed them?
What?
I'm just wondering. You know how you said you were going to bring them back from Kellenbor, right?
I think Kellenbor's probably going to be doing the sending back. I'm just...
Would you be able to meet them up with us later?
I'm not a way station.
No, I know that, but you know... There's kind of like a god-eating artifact alongside its mind on the material plane, which I had assumed you'd have had some vested interest in.
Oh, I do.
Well, if we plane shifted back and maybe used the Mythalar to stop that, would you, I don't know, do us a solid and send Ava and Ildrathni back to us? I just don't want to be killed by Ava down the line because she's like, you abandoned me again for no good reason. I feel like this is a pretty good reason.
Your friend's real self just asked the Tree of Souls if we could do something about this, find the body.
Hey.
So...
He's probably worth listening to, that one.
You would say that.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Wait, why does he want to find the body?
I don't know.
He's probably come up with some stupid plan.
Fair enough. But I do think it'd be best to contain. How did you all contain it the first time?
The first time was a very rare point when all of us managed to agree that it was a bad thing.
And how did you do it?
Well, we're all divine beings. We used our power to contain it. It took a lot of us. That was a long time ago when we were all closer acquainted. Might be tough this time.
Okay.
I'm sorry to. You do realize that there are gods killing artifacts, creatures, monsters on your plane all the time, don't you?
I just thought, when one's pretty close to being released, the gods would be a bit like, hey, let's send a champion or something,
Are you volunteering?
I guess.
Are we? I thought we were asking for help.
Well, I feel like this is help. Presuming if we go as your champion, you'll help us, right? I did think myself better suited to Mistra, if anything, but, that was a chat with an old friend.
I don't like to get involved in all of your little struggles, and this feels like quite heavy involvement, and I'm aware that I'm part of a larger plot to get this to happen, so therefore this is here. I understand there's a certain amount of that, but I'm trying to not be involved in your machinations too much. I will send you back, but I have a conditional.
Well, we don't need you to send us back, we need you to send them back. We can plane shift.
I'm going to destroy that.
Points to the Mythalar.
Why?
Because it's anathema to everything we stand for and a relic from a species that should have known better.
Do you mind if he's got some stuff stashed in there? Do you mind if he just gets it out first?
I'm not a monster. I have no interest in destroying your clone. That, by the way, was evidently there the entire time.
I'll cast plane shift and leave.
Really?
Yeah, I'll use the Mythalar to cast plane shift and leave before Corellian destroys it. I think they'd appreciate it. It's pretty chaotic if you ask me.
Okay, you're attuned to the Mythalar. There's no one else attuned to it apart from... Actually, this Nate is also attuned to it. So, Nate, do you want this to happen? Is this part of your... Let's go with this, why not? Otherwise you can contest with each other, like last time.
But why would we? We're getting along.
I feel like it sort of takes him a bit by surprise.
It was a bit surprising.
So you just sort of... There's kind of this is happening fine. Like, is that kind of vibe to it?
Did I not have any element of surprise?
No, you did. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I think if Anton does that and just sort of disappears,
I'll take you with me.
I think if you try and take Nate with him, you've taken him by surprise. So it's a bit like he lets you go, but he's a bit like, "Whoa, hang on, wait, we're going," and is just left. Like, I didn't really think. Well, I guess thanks for your help. I should probably head off. Unless, do we have anything left to deal with? Or
so Anton and the Mythalar just plane shift in the middle of Corellan's sentence, and Nate's just left there.
If you're choosing to stay.
Oh, he's taking the Mythalar with him. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously taking the missile out with me. That way they can't destroy it.
Right. I misunderstood. Then yeah, they will go with.
As you both vanish out of Arvindor, and you can see Corellin sees what is happening and looks affronted is the word I would use. Like,
peace out.
It's a very definite what the hell, like playing across their face.
You know, this is what you get for being, a douche.
As you go, you do catch a glimpse of something, which I will give you. As you go, you do see that there's another figure in the field, sat next to Corellin. You didn't notice them before.
Oh.
You briefly recognize a figure that looks a bit like Nezeril, sat calm and contented as you vanish and go. Right then, Nate, you just reached out and touched the Tree of Souls. This is the real Nate, not the clone Nate. It's not even a clone, it's a simulacrum.
Nate 2.
No, this is Nate 1. Nate 2 was in Arvindor. Right, so you've reached out to the tree and said, a little help, basically, right?
Yeah.
Great. Was that your action? Because we're now back in combat in the same encounter tracker we were 2 episodes ago.
I don't know, is that an action?
Oh, no, talking's a free action, I think.
I do like the idea of, can we have some help? Blah, mythal.
So what? Hang on, where are we? I guess so, because he wants to. I guess the action is he wants to have a conversation with somebody.
Right. Okay. Talking is free, so you don't. It doesn't take your action to do that.
Yeah.
You've touched the tree and said, "Little help." You were more loquacious than that. And talking is free. You can do whatever else you want on your turn. The marut is heading towards the gem again, which because it got its hand cut off with it holding the gem, and then it got moved away, and now it's stepping towards it again. It just dispelled magic around it so it could pick it up. It's now reaching out to pick it up again.
Okay.
It's still serious. It's still extremely high tension as it has been for many episodes.
Yeah. I think, other than finding out what the reply is from gods, Nate doesn't know what to do next.
Grand.
So in terms of choosing an action, like I could try and attack the marut because, like, while I'm waiting, I guess.
Please wait, caller. Your call is important to us.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to take your action to do that and you want to do something based on what happens from the tree, fine. Then in which case, as you do this, a rabbit, small bunny, will poke its head out from around the tree and say,
I'm sorry, what?
No one else can see this rabbit. Only you can see this rabbit.
Oh!
You've not seen the rabbit before.
Hello there. I was expecting an elf, but that's okay. This thing, we're looking for this thing's body. Do you know where it is? Because
Why?
Well, I've just been asked to find it.
No!
No, what? You don't know where it is?
Don't?
I want to roll insight on that. So I guess, yeah, this is my action. That's a 22.
This creature, who you have to presume is some kind of god, but you don't know, we all know because we've met them before, is strongly urging you not to get the body of Pandorym and reconnect the mind to it, because that would be bad.
Well, look, I know, like, logically, I know that, and everybody keeps telling me that, but just have a listen to it. He's got a really, I think, have a really compelling argument as to...
Gender Pandorym.
All right, I see the problem.
And Erevan's bunny will just hop over to you, lay a little paw on you, and will dispel magic on you. The domination effect is broken.
Oh, that is better. Thank you very much.
This looks bad.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Hang on a sec. bonus action, will tentacle into the ground and you said the crystal was on the ground with the marut going towards it, yes?
It is technically picked it up, but you can whack it out of its hand if you want to. I see the thinking.
Yep, I'll do that.
So you want to play volleyball with the marut?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, you need to attack. We'll do this as we have before as a contested grapple on the thing. So does the tentacle have an athletics score? Does it have a strength score?
I mean, it's got an attack.
Mm-hmm. Should we count that against a grapple? Seems like a wise thing to do.
Yeah, I guess.
Cool. So in which case, the tentacle comes out and slaps the crystal, trying to knock it out of the marut's hands onto the floor, where it'll probably smash more. This is fine. Good. Rob's fine. Yeah. By all means, make your attack roll, and the marut will...
25.
Okay. One hand, the marut picks it up, and suddenly, pooh, ding, it goes flying out of its hand and across the room once more. It will bounce off the floor and again crack as it hits the floor. It is now very cracked and bruised and damaged. I'm just saying. Cool. The GIF will keep shooting. They're still shooting at the marut. They're realizing that their guns are not going to be that effective because, yeah, like they have to roll super high to hit the marut because of the amount of ridiculous AC it has. So as a few of them fire, a couple more start stepping forward and pulling gigantic great swords off their back and start headfirst charging towards this thing. If they move at least 20 feet in a straight line, they can try and knock it prone. 3 of these GIF are now charging full bore at the marut and will boom, 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 bounce into it from all sides, trying to knock it over, but it can't be knocked over because of strength saving throw. I mean, I'm assuming. I will roll it. I think I'd have to roll a 1 to fail. Yes, I would. Let's just see. No, it's fine. So there are now GIF crowding the marut's space, and the crystal is once more bounced away. Cool. Right. The Baelnorn, seeing all of this happening... Oh, you are blessed. A reminder, the Baelnorn blessed all of you. So everyone's got a d4 they can add.
Or legend.
Yeah. The Baelnorn is going to step back and out of the way, look at you, Nate, and go, do you have any plan beyond hit it until it stops?
No, not usually.
Right. I've got a couple of...
Knock it over and then hit it until it stops. It's a bit of a plan.
Right. Okay. Good. And they will cast Spiritual Weapon, summon a... what would a Baelnorn summon? Probably something amorphous, like something, a cloud of radiant energy that will start trying to batter the attack roll on that. Misses. And they will try and batter it down. If everyone's just doing damage, they're going to do damage. It seems the obvious thing to do. Ephemera, you were walking up towards the crystal, which has been slapped out of the marut's hand. Let's say for brevity, because you want to aim for the crystal, that it's been slapped in a direction that you can get to on your turn if you want to. It is still smoking ominously.
Cool. I will go over there. We just a kind of, and now it's over here. Great. Could this day get any better?
Mondays, am I right?
And then when I decide it, I will just be like, fine, and slam my staff down, and a wall of force will come up between the marut and the gem, with me on the gem side.
Wall of forces are quite big. Are you creating like a dome over it? 'Cause you can do that. Are you making just like a line around it? What's the plan, Batman?
Can I make it into a circle?
Does it have a roof?
That's a good question. I have no idea.
No,
you used Wall of Force earlier?
Yeah. I know how Wall of Force works. You get lots of contiguous panels.
Then yes, I say there's a roof.
Like a cylinder sort of thing. Yeah. Like a cup.
If you're doing it small, like you're not using all of the panels to create a little box over it, can you like double layer it?
No, it's going to be one continuous.
Continuous and contiguous.
It could zigzag back on itself.
Do you remember in Warriors Water we had this about an ice wall whether it could zigzag?
Yeah.
This is that argument again. So yes. You effectively have a sort of, like, in game terms, it's like a dome, but it's a cylinder because it's like you put a glass over the cockroach and move it out of the kitchen. Good. Right. People do it. Good. Right. Cool. You are inside a wall of force with the crystal. Roll me a wisdom saving throw as the weird smoke starts to fill the dome.
Wonderful. Do I roll this with disadvantage because of exhaustion?
No, it's not an ability check, it's saving throw.
Cool, good, then I'll be fine. She says, okay, no, I'm fine, I've got plus 10, so 21.
Hey!
You recognize that there is something trying to assault your psyche from the crystal.
Can I slap the crystal and just say, bad crystal?
Sure, the cracks spider web out and schedule. The whole thing is clearly not doing well.
If you're going to be like that. I mean, it worked for the wand.
Wow. You guys are far too blasé about god artifacts. I'm just saying. Right, good.
I did canonically discipline the wand every time it tried to.
You bashed it against a wall and said, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Good, right. The Marut
I discipline.
The Marut sees this entire situation.
Like it's like the dome of force is now like a snow globe of smoke.
Basically, yeah. It's all kind of purpley.
Hotbox the dome.
Yeah. The Marut's going to dimension door inside.
Son of a bitch.
If suddenly there is a 16-foot tall hulking thing just inside looking down at you from the crystal.
Cool. Ray of Enfeeblement has gone down because concentration.
What was that?
The Ray of Enfeeblement that was on the Marut before has gone down.
Oh, great.
So it's now full strength damage.
Awesome.
Can it make a con save for me?
I mean, it can certainly try. Is this poison damage? No, it's necrotic, isn't it?
No, necrotic.
Yeah, it's not resistant to that.
Cool.
Come now.
It wouldn't matter if it was for me anyway.
Ah, yes. That is a 34.
A 34. That, I think that just about does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just by a smidge.
Okay.
Only by 4.
The Marut looks at you impassively.
Hello.
Why do you hinder the correct path?
Its voice is like a gravel pouring down some. I was going to say some stairs. What's wrong with me? It's like a gravel avalanche.
Avalanche.
Avalanche. Which is a Pokemon, obviously.
For the life of me, I've got no idea.
You do not know why you do what you do.
Not anymore, no. It's been a day.
That is sad.
It is. How's your day going?
Every day is correct.
What? Across its face as it again, no expression. It's trying to talk, but it doesn't really understand why you're all trying to stop this, and you're putting up a very spirited defense. So there's confusion across its face. Cool. Hulfair, seeing all of this, will look at the wall of force, which they can't get inside easily. I suppose they could get inside it. Are they going to be stupid? I think they're going to just look at the GIF, look at you, Nate, look at the Belnun. I kind of don't know what to suggest here. Has she got this?
Oh, I very much doubt it.
Okay.
Not on her own.
Okay. Yep, Halfway will do it. Will Misty Step inside. You are now crushed into this tiny space, and suddenly Halfway, slightly older, slightly rounder.
We're about the same age now, I reckon.
No, older than that.
Oh, is he old? How old is Halfway?
Early 30s. Halfway.
I'm early 30s now.
Okay, same age then. What does it matter? Anyway, Halfway will teleport inside the wall of force as well. Next you go, hello. And we'll look up at the marut, and he will place himself in front of you, Ephemera, to try and protect you.
My fucking hero.
You must be Ephemera. At the end of initiative, with a loud crack and a rending of worlds. Now, where do you plane shift the Mythalar yourself and Nate to in this space?
Exactly back to where it was. Like, it just makes sense.
The room's just restored. This room is restored. Fine.
And we can see through the room the problem.
Yes, you can. You have your initiative counts back, and Nate, you now have 2 initiative counts, just so you know. In the meantime, Ildra, Ava, you are standing on the most ominous path leading up to the most ominous castle you've ever seen. Big Dracula energy, large crenellated towers, castle more than it is a villa or anything like that. Thunder strikes, trees, a crow in the distance. Ah!
So
that's occurred to me. Sorry.
I was just going to be snide. Go for it.
No, that was in character.
It's extremely self-aware of you, Ava.
It's occurred to me that I may never go back to Arvindor again. I kind of wish I took it in a bit more. Just looking around at this.
Don't you still get to have your little nap there and then start it all again?
I'm not sure I do. Don't know. Could have checked, I suppose.
They didn't seem the most straightforward type of person. I don't think they'd have told you. Let's hope Nezeril enjoys eternal life as much as they were determined to, and therefore the experiment is successful and you'll be back before you know it.
I suppose we'll see. Is this what you were expecting?
I mean, the temple aesthetics were always a bit more shiny, radiant sopranos. This is actually making me feel more certain that I am right about all of this. This is pretty grim. I want my own face on, and I will get rid of Form of Dread.
Okay.
I think I do also want leverage. If I summon something, are you instantly going to go very angry and assume I'm going to kill everyone? I just want to bring something so it's here if we need it. I promise I'm not going to instantly use it.
I mean, I will insight check that, but...
I'm not rolling against it.
Yeah.
Ava is telling the truth.
Yes, come along now. Yeah, there's a non-nat 20.
She's telling the truth.
Yeah.
She will not instantly use it.
Very well.
In that case, Chris, I would like to use the diadem to plane shift the body of the Pandorym to me.
You do. There is a... It's the absence of sound. We've described it before. And it's almost like sound is being absorbed, and suddenly a small fist-sized black bubble appears next to Ava. It looks almost comical.
Don't walk into it. Don't touch it. If I yell at you to back up, then you need 21 feet between it and you.
Feel like I should have asked you to clarify what you were about to summon.
Leverage.
Can I ask?
I mean, we're here now. What harm can it do? You know all that fuss down there about the the mind and the body of the god eater.
Oh, fuck.
If you actually think about it, I'm being very responsible because those absolute numbskulls are left to stop the mind and the body from reuniting. What I have done is made it considerably harder for the mind to find the body. They were both within a mile of each other, and they were waging all-out war in the room where the gem was protecting the mind. It was going to break. It was going to find the body and cause the apocalypse. I've actually been terribly sensible.
Yeah, see, I don't like the way that you said that, but I do happen to agree with you in this
It's
instance.
true. It may also not have been my primary motivation. It just also happens to be conveniently the case.
Mm-hmm.
The ball ripples.
Yes,
and you're
dear.
definitely in control of it.
Yes, this thing. Don't knock it off my head or do anything silly, or it might go very badly. But from what I understand, from how I feel, the only thing that can make me lose control is if this gets taken, or if it is reunited with the mind, and then we have a bit of a power struggle, which I will eventually lose.
Right. Before we go any further, I'm just going to take your hand and death ward you.
Oh. Why?
Well, it seems that there's a high likelihood that that might happen, and if you're the one in control of it, I'd rather it didn't.
Thanks. I got worried it was just because you didn't want me to die or something sentimental. If I do die, take it, because it's better you than Kellenborg.
Noted.
And then get out of here. I don't know how.
Yes,
but
I'm not entirely sure how either, but...
Corellin likes you. Call out to help for your god. They always say yes.
Do they?
No, that's why we're here. I'm assuming we're having this conversation while we're walking up this incredibly...
No, you pause. The large door ahead of you is exactly as ominous as you might expect it to be. If you step up to it and start to open it, it does an eerie creak as it opens inwards into a darkened interior.
Ava actually has a moment she can't quite push on the door for a second. For Ildra, it's probably about as... Well, Ava would say pathetic. A normal human with healthy emotions would say vulnerable, as you have ever seen her look. And she just can't quite bring herself to push on the door.
I'm not going to do it for her. I'm going to cast guidance.
It's going to be fine, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm. How did you find the words? You had all the right words to say to them.
I'm really not sure that I necessarily did, and maybe that's the point. You're usually the one mocking me for not being able to speak.
Yes, I think this is called irony.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Maybe start with, hello.
Right. Well, that was exactly as helpful as I thought you'd be. Thank you so much.
You're
Let's go.
very welcome.
Push open the door.
It opens with an ominous creak. Good. As you step inside, a crack of lightning illuminates the room that you are in. Large windows of stained glass with lots of reds and greens in them illuminate a long hall with a throne at the far end of it with a figure sat in it. A silvered mask covers the face, a cowled hood over the top. The cloak itself is closed, very hard to see them with any great detail. This is how Kellenborg currently appears, and Ava, you would be aware of that. They sit there, almost lounging in the throne.
Can I make a performance check to see how well I'm hiding all the feelings?
Yeah, sure.
Right.
With guidance.
Oh, guidance is a D4.
Mm-hmm.
18. So not nearly as well as she could, but not too badly.
You stand before me, Ava Lion's soul.
Good to know your powers of observation are divine. Will stride up the corridor towards...
Mm-hmm. You can stride up the hall towards them, perfectly fine. They still lounge in the chair.
Well, is this not what you wanted? A showdown? A confrontation? Battle to the death?
Not really.
Then what do you want?
Answers.
Figure will lean forward.
Answers and a little bit more respect, to be honest.
Fine. What questions do you have for me?
Oh, surely you can guess. Omnipotent, mighty Kalimdor.
Maybe start by just actually telling the truth and being a little open.
Thanks, Eldrathni. This is Eldrathni.
Hello.
They like their god. I've promised them that I won't instantly attack you.
Maybe you should have.
Why?
Because this is what you want.
Stop telling me what I want.
Then tell me what you want.
I told you you weren't listening. Answers.
To what?
Why did you let him die?
Because he was an abomination.
He was my husband. And before that, why did you let him die the first time?
I can't change when people die.
Yes, you can! You have clerics and priests who bring back life, whether it's seconds or hours that have gone past. They flaunt the light-bearing ability to bring back life from death that the great and mighty Kalimdor has given them. Don't you?
They are not under my control, Ava. I'm a god. I exist outside of mortal concern.
So you're saying they have more power than you?
No. I am saying that the power I have given them is theirs to choose what they do with.
You can bestow power to those who follow you faithfully. Nobody had followed you more faithfully than he and I. You could have bestowed that power. You could have saved him.
Part of my teachings is to accept death when it happens.
Those parts of your teachings are shit.
Oh, I see. So no one is correct but you. Only your moral parsimoniousness at the choices that you make has any stand.
I think you're a very long way away here. In your dramatic throne, in your dramatic castle, on your plane far away. I don't think you understand. Accepting death when it comes is part of making peace with a life well lived, and then time to let go.
He will stand. There's an instant sense of threat from him.
You forget yourself.
Oh, I remember myself perfectly. I just forget why I ever cared about you.
I was mortal once too. I am aware of the situation that you are in, and I'm aware of how it feels to lose someone you love.
Then clearly you've forgotten. Maybe it's time you came back and have another go.
I have no choice.
Why?
Because I have a mandate as a god. I cannot allow people to just return to life whenever it makes sense for someone to feel that way. Do you know what happened when I did that? I was nearly stripped of my rank. I have a job. I am the purveyor of death. I make sure that people, when they die, understand that it was for purpose, for reason. I do not use my powers to reach through the ether and go, not that one.
No, this is good to know. I wanted answers, and this makes sense. And it's good to know that there was no divine sense of justice and balance and reason for it. It was that you didn't want to lose your rank. That's good to know.
Do you have any idea who would be the god of death if I am not?
I think pretty much anyone could do a better job than you, to be honest.
I reworked this plane of existence from a tower of bones, from fear and loathing of death and the other side. I wrested this title from Cyric, from others who wanted to use death as a weapon. And you think you could do better, you who have murdered, have lied, have squandered your gifts. I can see into your mind. I know you think you could do better. Do you really want to try? Is that what this is all about?
I mean, honestly, I'd rather not. I have a shot at a second chance, and I'd much prefer to go home and take it. But what I want is to know that the person who so many people worship is worthy of that devotion, and I don't think you are.
That is how you feel. You are one person.
Tell me, you revel in your masterful redemption of this plane eons ago. What are you doing now, other than not rocking the boat?
And this is how you would have me rock the boat, is it? This is how you would have me do it. Bring back someone to prove a point to one of my worshippers. That is what you would have me do. To discount the death and destruction wrought by undead across the entirety of Faerun and beyond. That is what you would have me do.
You keep missing the fundamental truth of this, which is, it's not about scales and logic and balance and rank. It's about love. I don't want you to prove a point. I don't want you to prove me right. I don't want to feel sanctimonious. A good man who was making the world a vastly better place died too soon, unfairly protecting your people, and you let it happen. I need to know that you think that was wrong.
And if I did think it was wrong?
Then maybe you might stand a chance of deserving the worship you get.
And what would you have me do if I think it's wrong?
Apologize.
For a death I did not cause.
For a death you stood by and let happen. And for all the misery that ensued. You didn't answer. You didn't say yes. You didn't say no, but I understand. You're in pain. I am sorry. Let me help you. You just went away. Do you blame me for reaching for anybody else? I don't care about the decisions you make. You have this overview that I do not. I care that you understand that we matter and that we hurt and that we don't just turn to you for justice, we turn to you to heal us when we are in pain, and you did not, you left me.
The figure on the chair hasn't moved during your last statement. A hand from behind you reaches down and touches you on the shoulder. It's not aggressive, it is gentle. The illusion of the castle, of Kelemvor, the judge, vanishes. There's a humanoid knight standing behind you. Looks human, slightly older, careworn. The landscape around you is now grey, quite featureless. You're standing next to a tower made of crystal, smoky like quartz. It's impossibly tall, impossibly high. Ghost-like figures move around you, moving to and from the tower itself and around. I know. And I'm sorry.
Ava breaks. She kneels at his feet, holds on his hands, and just cries.
He will kneel down next to you. I don't think this is a time for supplication.
Why didn't you ever say before? That's all I ever needed, was for you to not think that it was justified.
Ava, I still think that parts of it are justified. Hear me out. We are a tide against the undead. It is what we do. Have we fallen into cruel ways because of it? Yes. But I can be cruel. I can't go from being a mortal to being a god overnight and not make some errors. But I can't unwind a situation that small. And I can't stand in the way of the church I have built because of one man. I am sorry Jeremiah died. I am sorry he was raised in that way. And I am sorry that the church reacted the way that they did, but I can't stop them from doing it again by smiting them down.
Can I? Not necessarily smiting, but stop them. This is...
What do you think would happen?
Eldrathni, she is my friend. Undead is, being undead is not a state of life or death. I do understand it is a problem, but a lot of good people a lot of good people didn't have a choice. You can disagree with the state of something without hurting the people who have been forced into that state. This is Eldrathni.
Pleasure to meet you.
I mean, Ildra, I don't want to talk for you. Do you want to explain?
Was killed by a vampire, brought back by a different one. Wasn't a fan, but here I am, and cracking on with things, and still worshipping gods and chatting with them. And funny thing, actually, Ava, you missed this bit. I reforged my heart.
Excuse me, what?
With Darrell Firecloak. He helped me reforge my heart, so I don't have to eat people.
That's amazing.
I know.
Ildra has spent the entire time I've known them insisting that they aren't super holy and devout, but she did devote her entire life before turning to the worship of their gods. And
I mean, not in a clerical sense. I'm a blacksmith, to be clear.
Cannonball will raise a hand. It's not like it's more of a. All right, please continue. But
since I have not made the best choices since Jeremiah, and Eldrathni was the first person I've met with a moral compass who hasn't also been a sanctimonious idiot, and has actually
a little harsh on Ephemera.
Quite. She's wonderful, but the only moral compass she has is the one I gave her, which is my fault, not hers, but it is not a good thing. That's a problem for another time, what I'm trying to say. And she is also excellent and undead. And I understand how you don't like the state of being undead, but you can't punish people who were murdered and brought back because they were loved. You can't sentence them all to being ripped apart. You can't condone that. I won't let you.
The Reborn are a relatively new phenomenon, worthy of consideration. I can acquiesce to that.
Jeremiah was a Reborn. He got no consideration.
Because I am not those priests. We've been through this.
This is your conversation. I don't want to interrupt too much. Surely there's a line between smiting them down, which I appreciate is not your purview, Clenvor, but having a word. Maybe. Throwing that out there.
You have been heard. This is worthy of dealing with properly. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to be magicked away, because much as this is a world of magic, it is not a world where people change like that. Separating the Reborn from other creatures, other undead, can happen, and I will make it happen.
That's not enough. You can't just condemn an entire race of people for who they are. Eldrathni is a Dhampir. She is a good one. That's not. They're all individual. You can't just go, well, we'll take the Reborn separately but carry on smiting the vampires. That's not how this should work.
Eldrathni, you have known other vampires. Yes?
I have. Didn't know some of them were vampires.
How many of them have reforged their hearts and no longer need to feed?
I don't know. I've not met enough of them to ask.
How many of them would be given the chance if they were all struck down instantly?
I'll say out of the vampires that I know, rather than the ones that, granted, used to be part of a group that hunted them down. But, so there was a certain element of smack them down. So I'm sort of coming at this from I sort of appreciate, yes. The two that I knew, one of them killed me and the other brought me back. So, there's all flavors.
I am saying that I can see how this world is changing, and I can see how the teachings need to change. And they will. But I'm not going to pretend to understand the intricacies of this fully, as I don't think you do either.
But I'm not a god. You have a responsibility to understand the intricacies fully because you are making life and death judgments.
And I'm telling you that I will.
Good.
If someone were to be reborn tomorrow, then, for example, I appreciate you might not go around giving every one of them your personal divine protection, but the point that we've established here is that no one has a divine mandate to hunt them down and kill them. And someone might be within their rights to stop anyone who claimed to do so.
I think you overestimate how much a lay priest will understand the difference between a zombie and a reborn.
We can go and educate. Can't we, Eldrathni? We're very good at educating with our words.
Well, now we get to nub of the issue. I can commune, well, people commune with me. And I can start to change minds, change the church. That's all well and good. And Eldrathni, with the greatest of respect, you don't belong here.
Yes, sorry.
That's quite all right. Ava, I appreciate that I did not respond to your pleas, because I did not have an answer for you, and I am sorry for that. Do you really think with your actions over the last 2.5 years that I can let you live? You've come to my realm. You have worshipped devils and demon lords, murdered, lied, cheated. I don't know how you can expect to walk out of here.
You know, actually, I'm sorry. I know this is not my fight, but before she says anything, I'm just going to highlight that there is a potential issue happening back on the material plane that we really could do with Ava for. It's probably going to be quite explosive, matter of destruction of the world, maybe destruction of the people that worship you as well. So, would be quite useful to have her about. She's quite powerful. Maybe let things run its course, and if she ends up dying, so be it. But
Ava, do you have anything to add?
Oh, so many things.
Please do.
Not to be nitpicky, I have worshipped no one since you. Obeyed? Sure. Followed? Yes. Worshipped? No. Details matter. The rest of it I take full responsibility for. I could be a petulant child and say I am what you made me. But where would be the maturity in that? If you want to kill me, so be it. It's a waste. It's a waste caused by, directly or indirectly, you and your actions. But as the arbiter of all justice, if that is how you live with yourself, then of course. I would counter that an acquaintance of ours has rather staggeringly offered a second chance. And I would suggest I can do quite a lot more good undoing not only the bad I have done, but the bad that has been done in your name if I go back.
Roll me a persuasion check.
With guidance.
18 on the dice, so 23. Add guidance, 26. I'm not begging. I begged you once. Never again.
That's not
my argument.
I do not receive this as a plea. I receive it as an argument. And I appreciate it. There will come a time where you will have to answer for what you have done. It need not be today. And if you have the intention of turning over a new leaf of a new life, I am willing to take those as mitigating factors.
You could always talk to Shantea. I did sort of protect her citadel from a terrible thing. You know, there has been some good in there. Collateral help, if you like.
The less said about how Shantea feels about you, the better.
I helped. I protected her sacred well and her little baby celestial from Orcus. I did nothing except good in Golden Fields.
You currently possess two extremely powerful artifacts.
I was wondering about leaving one with you.
Go on.
Well, I'm not surrendering all power. That's not how this is going to work. I'm not going to put priest robes on and go back to scrubbing the floors in the temple and saying my prayers 19,000 times a day. I like the power, however I got it, that I have taken and made my own, and I am keeping it. And I need some weapons to protect me and mine in the world that, again, you have had a hand in creating that is hostile to those I love. However, some power is good. Too much power, maybe less than ideal. I am growing aware of my own weakness. And if I bring this, gestures to the body, back, there is a significant chance the world ends, and that doesn't suit any of us. So would you like a little Pandorym, all of your own? I might keep the diadem, just so you know. It's there as an option, but I will leave it with you.
The body itself is meaningless if you can summon it whenever you need it.
You're right, and if I am defeated and someone else can summon it, that's also no good. I suppose you can keep the diadem. You would look lovely in a tiara.
I have no need for a god-killing item.
It's not for you, it's so that it is absent elsewhere, which I thought you would appreciate.
And I will take my job of protecting it seriously.
Is this enough? I keep asking this these days. Is this proof enough that I am on your side for now?
It is evidence in the correct direction, yes, but you are what you are for now. You can claim as much as you like that I made you and that I am responsible for you, but I can assure you I had no hand in the making of you. You are your own person. You make your own choices.
I do feel that's a little washing your hands of responsibility, seeing as I was born with your mark upon me, raised in your temple.
Ava, that mark has nothing to do with me.
That mark has been going back generations upon generations in Raven's Bluff, marking out your chosen.
Again, I do not control my priesthood directly. No god does. Myths, legends.
Well, to be very clear, I blame you for some of it. I thank you for some of it. I am responsible for me, and I like quite a lot of who I am. We're not going to get too self-chastising. I have done things I am not proud of. I have made decisions I regret. I have hurt people who did not deserve to be hurt. I have also made decisions I am proud of, hurt people who did deserve to be hurt, and kept people I love safe when I can. I will continue to do this and try and weed out the bad as much as possible, but this is not self-flagellation.
I don't need self-flagellation, no matter what some of the priesthood want to do. Then that will be taken as positive evidence, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Are you going to answer this time?
Answer what?
Next time I ask you why, I ask you for help, even if the answer is no, are you going to bother to reply?
Even though it weakens me, I will.
Good.
There is
Just
benefit.
me?
Just
Although-
you.
What about those others who need you?
I cannot give all of them succor. It is not my place.
Then you shouldn't be a god. Though that is not my place to decide.
Then we'll have this discussion again when the time is right.
Take this. Hands over the diadem.
Yep.
I'm glad neither of us had to kill or wound the other. For now. And I look forward to re-education.
There's just a polite nod.
Eldrathni, anything you'd like to say to my lord and saviour?
Thanks.
You are welcome. If I could, may I see it?
See what?
Eldrathni's heart.
I don't know. Firecloak was the one who,
What possible right could you have to ask that? You've been calling them an abomination for the last goodness knows how long, and now you want to reach into her chest.
I want to understand the difference.
This isn't a ruse to crush it and strike me down, is it?
I'm not big on ruses.
That's true. You need to understand, though, Eldrathni was already herself and kind before their heart was changed. This heart hasn't made them worthy of life.
I understand that. It's, however, sounds like this is what the steps in the right direction will look like, and I wish to understand that.
I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
I can.
But anyone
I was
else.
simply asking permission.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I meant in terms of practical process of working with them.
I can. I was simply asking permission.
Very well. That's not big awkward. Okay then.
He will do exactly what Firecloak did and reach basically inside you and pull out your heart.
Ava is braced, ready to attack if he does anything.
It is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have stayed out of the creation of the Reborn. Maybe I'll have a hand in it now. Place it back inside you.
If there's anything I can be doing to help, I would be happy to.
I'm very happy for Firecloak to dictate for now. Good things come from the strangest places, don't they? Anyway, you mentioned a crisis on your plane of existence?
Wait. I have been rude as a first response for a very long time. There are some things I have said to you that I stand by, and others that were just a reflex. I am sorry. I am working on it.
Noted. Apology accepted.
If, as hoped for, I can have Jeremiah back, and we can get Ephemera, and Eldrathni and I can work together, then I think we have a chance of rebuilding what has been torn, whether by you or by me or by others.
I will not stand in the way of that.
I will try and do it in your direction.
That is appreciated.
But yes, if Emma is in trouble, the world might be ending. We should maybe...
Your companions that were in Arvandor have already returned to assist.
That sounds about right.
One of them was very insistent that you know that they weren't abandoning you. I think some of your previous interactions may have made him somewhat concerned of how you might react.
That would be Nate. He is sometimes concerned about how we feel, yeah.
I think it might be.
I will happily return you to your world at the point that you need, and thank you both for the pilgrimage. It is appreciated.
Do we get to talk again? Or is it I'll die and then that's it?
I can try and teach you how, if you like.
Depends on your actions, Ava.
Oh dear. Okay.
Kelenvor will step back. You see around you these figures moving, and I don't know if either of you had a sort of vision of what the plane of death might look like, but it was probably less calm than this. Kelenvor will nod at you both. And you plane shift. Back into the fight, and that's what we'll get back to after the break. Say what? It's a lot of gods in a very short amount of time, everyone. But anyway, yes, join us after the break. That's a lot of gods. Join us after the break for the end of this 3-episode long combat.
Rock and roll!
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an ! characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. And welcome to the second half, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for the big final combat that extended through various talking to gods across various planes of existence.
Woo!
Woo! Right.
Woo the sadness away, players.
And a very nice moment where Ava managed to speak to Kalimvor and change his mind about Reborn. This is good. No one
died. It was also very rude.
And no one died. Right, good.
Which was surprising.
I know.
I would have called Ava at some point, so you're very kind.
Note to self, never give Rebecca your divine power, Niall. Cool.
The Mythalar has just reappeared in the battle arena. Just to be clear, the Marut is inside a wall of force cylinder with ephemera and the mind of Pandorym. The mind is leaking out of the crystal like crazy now, except it's all being contained inside the cylinder. So it looks like a purple swirling mass with a couple of shadows in it. One is very big. There is a Nate there. That Nate does not know what the other Nate knows. I'm sorry, G, you did this to yourself. And the Mythalar has just arrived with Anton and Nate in full force. The Mythalar's in a separate room. From a couple episodes back, you'll remember there was some topography of this space. You are a good 60 feet away from the battle as it is. There's also GIF shooting guns. Right, good. Nate, you now have 2 turns. One version of you knows what's going on. The other version of you does not know what's going on. Have fun. Good luck.
Okay.
Does the telepathic bond technically include this?
You didn't cast telepathic bond today.
Did I?
He did.
Yeah, I thought I did.
Ava's not in it, but the others were.
Yeah. It was just too early. It was just before Ava got here and just before everything kicked off.
Nate 1 is in the telepathic bond, but Nate 2 is not.
Interesting.
Because you know what I like? Chaos. All right, off we go.
Right. Is it fair to assume that Nate 2, looking into the room and seeing crystal and swirliness all in a wall of force,
Roll me an
Provided
intelligence.
that's
Roll me
bad.
an intelligence check.
Dear. That's only an 8.
There's a purple cylinder in the middle of the room. You know idea why. Nate can talk to Nate. Obviously, talking is a free action.
Yeah.
And please do.
Yeah. So Nate, seeing
Nate
1, seeing the Mythalar come back, look over and go, "Oh, good, you're back. That crystal got quite badly cracked by, well, partly me. And the thing's leaking out. So do the thing that we were going to do before." And then, as a bonus action, Misty steps inside the cylinder.
It's getting very cramped in here.
Yeah, it's about to get seriously cramped in here because I think I know what she's about to do.
And Nate 1 will then hold his action until Nate 2 has done his thing. Nate 2, as the Misty Step happens, will go, "Oh, wait, God damn it, if you just stand still for 1 bloody second in your life, I've got a better idea."
Why are you arguing with your... Never mind.
I just love
playing I'm
this
playing
is-
the character.
Oh, throw out my hands. I'm just playing the character.
Like you say, I did this to myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nate 2 would like to use the Mythalar to transfer the spirit from the crystal into another something that he can see around the room that he thinks would be a fitting vessel.
There's a wall of force in the way.
That's why he's using the Mythalar.
To ignore it?
Root.
You could dispel the wall of force, I guess.
Good.
Which would be my action.
Yeah. I've got some useful things if that makes you feel any better.
Or you could do what the original Nate One's plan was.
Which is interesting. I'd like to know what that is.
I mentioned it last episode.
True polymorph into a minor demon.
Yeah.
Like living vessel.
Yeah. If you can't do the transferring the spirit into something else, then yeah, it'll go with the original plan. To true polymorph Nate 1 into a Croecatech.
But you are inside the wall of force.
Yeah.
There wasn't much space in here to begin with. Like, you might just end up pushing us all into the wall.
Yeah, currently on the cylinder, it's now people being squished against the side of it.
It's just funny. You've got the idea of like ephemera and Holfair, and then the marut also. Like,
And the human-sized gem.
And the human-sized gem.
also like.
I mean, I feel like I rolled an 8 on the intelligence check. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he does.
You turn Nate 2, who is blocked by a wall of force, into... Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, because you're using the Mythalar.
That is... There we go. 23.
Nice.
Cool. You can't cast the spell through the wall of force. However, as you cast it, you would realize this. Do you cast on yourself?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So Nate 2, who is currently wearing like reed cargo shorts, has Misty stepped inside the cylinder wall of force, yes?
Yes.
No, Nate. I thought Nate 1
yes.
Misty steps inside.
Nate 1 Misty stepped inside.
Okay, so Nate 1 misstepped inside. Nate 2 has just turned up and gone, all right, that's the plan. Nope, okay. And suddenly, erupted in flesh and mucus as a gargantuan I mean, it is a mud skipper. It's have people seen mud skippers? Know what they are? Yep.
Yeah.
It is a sort of flat, horrible fish, land fish, that is has a jaw that appears to be around the side of almost its entire body. It looks vaguely hyena-like because technically Yinogu made them, and is taking up a good third of this space.
Anton will scream as a free action.
I'm sorry. This actually was not what I expected. I googled mud skippers. I was expecting something more like the fossils you get. But look at the face on this guy.
Down with your
Absolute
bullshit.
judgment.
Yeah, there we go.
Have you Googled D&D Kawaka picture?
I don't know
yet?
how to spell that.
I just had a real go for it.
There's apostrophes in it.
It's horrifying. Like, it's legitimately, and the image is, because it's clearly a people carrier for demon hordes.
It is.
And it's just out of its ginormous mouth is spilling, this is for you, the listener, spilling out just demons, and it looks like a weird frog.
You are an empty protectorate. You do not have demons inside you.
No.
You're welcome.
We all have demons inside of us.
Yeah, but these aren't literal demons. So you are just it. You cannot summon more random demons to turn up. That side of your abilities is not there.
No.
Great.
But I'm still attuned to the Mythalar, right?
Yeah, what's your arcana in this form?
Minus the 6. Well, intelligence is minus 6. It's 6 rather. So -2.
Oh my god.
All right, we'll come to it. Good. Right, awesome. That happens. That has just happened. Play high-level D&D, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Oh god, what now?
Well, Nate was holding his action. Nate won.
To do what?
Well, I was just going to attack the Marut once he turned into a giant thing. But
you haven't turned into a giant thing.
I know.
Are you just going to bite it?
Slap it with a fin.
So I'm guessing now asking him, do I lose my action?
I will allow, because this didn't go the way you wanted it to, that you could still use your action to do something to the Marut inside. You've already cast a spell this time.
I just want it to be said that after everything that's happened, this might be my favourite thing. G ruining his own plan.
I approve on a visceral level.
Yeah.
I think I'd do do a level.
You can't do a level anything. You cast Misty Step.
Bite, attack.
Shoot.
I shoot the gun.
All right. It's very cloudy in here because of the mind of Pandorym is currently expanding and filling this space. Your attack roll has disadvantage.
17. No, 19, sorry.
Cool. Okay, roll me a D100.
$50.
Roll me the damage for it. Oh, all the fun's gone now. Oh no. Where's the gunshot? 32. All right. I need to check something.
Fuck.
Okay. Cool. You pull the gun out and just like you're trying to shoot at the Marut, which takes up a huge amount of this space, but it's cloudy and weird, and this strange pink purpley mist is sort of invading your mind, and you're aware that something awful is going on, and you fire and you miss. And what happens instead, you'll see this better from the outside, so I'll go from the outside. The cylinder suddenly disappears, and suddenly this cloud of smoke is just enveloping out and over everyone. You shot the wall of force, and because your gun works like its integration spell, it is destroyed. Cool.
Thanks.
Sorry, Evie.
What the fuck?
The GIF are going to start shouting and pointing at the crocodile. No, it's not.
Crocectoec.
Crocectoec. They're going to start shouting and pointing at the crocectoec and start leveling their guns at it.
No, don't! That's Nate! Shoot the marut!
What? Who are you?
The crocectoec just sort of waves. I don't even know what kind of limbs they have, to be honest. It's difficult
They
to
have massive hands, I think. I think they have like weird ass hands.
Ass hands?
They have ass hands. Yeah.
Weird ass hands.
They now have ass hands. We've decided that's just canon. Good.
They pick things up with the hole in the middle.
Oh no!
Add it to the wiki.
These ones definitely have an anus. Good. Nate, can you roll me a performance check to try and not look terrifying while trying to wave as this horrific flesh bag?
12.
The GIF just look confused. One of the GIF looks at you, Anton, and says, "Hold there, what? Why do you look like an ass?"
Firstly, we don't have time for this.
You've still got Elven shaved into the side of your head, right?
Just shoot the marut! I'm attacking my personal choices.
They will have disadvantage to attack with their guns against the marut, so they are going to do what they were doing beforehand and charge into it and try and attack it with their swords instead. It is still very cloudy, so they're going to sort of run towards the cloud and kind of be unsure of what to do in this scenario. Right. Good. You will all note that you no longer have to make wisdom saving throws for being inside the cloud. There's a reason for this. Anton, what would you like to do?
I would like to put my hands up and attempt to use the Mythalar to cast Time Stop.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check, please.
24.
You managed to do so.
Cool. So I believe I need to roll a 1d4.
Yep.
It's 5 rounds. I rolled maximum.
Wow.
So
okay. Now, effectively, everyone else is frozen in space-time while you have 5 rounds worth of time to do whatever you want.
For the action, Anton puts his hand out and he grips reality. And then he puts his other hand out. Have you seen Moon Knight, where they forward time? Instead of that, he puts his other hand and tries to drag it along, slowing time down for 6 seconds until he does.
Fine.
And then everything just moves a little bit slower for him.
Cool.
I'd like to use... All right, 5 rounds. Let's just count these. How far am I away from the thing?
60 feet. It's also it's very cloudy. It's very hard to see.
Cool. I'll Misty Step. I think I can. I've got to check my spells now.
Mm-hmm.
I could just use the Mythalar, couldn't I?
You could, of course, just use the Mythalar.
I'll save that for later.
Yeah,
no. I saw your
ahead.
face. I'll save it for later.
Do you remember what happened when you started using the Mythalar a lot last time? I'm just saying.
I remember.
There's Arcana rolls for a reason.
It's going to need to be used.
Okay.
So for now, I'll just use. I think I've got.
Someone will have to kill Anton again. I'm just saying this is a thing that might happen.
I'm cool with that. I got a clone. Very sure I've got a Misty Step. Come on. Nope, I have Fast Step like a fool. Oh no, this Dimension Door. Right. I'm going to Dimension Door into the middle of them.
Into the middle
I can cast that. The situation. So
that's
Dimension
your
Door.
first round.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll look around and take my surroundings. I can see the gem, right?
It's smoky and cloudy.
Great. I can see the marut, right?
I think the marut is obviously big enough that you go, that's not Nate. The gem itself, you might have to scrabble around a bit for.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and use the Mythalar to cast Fabricate. And I'm going to try and create an exact replica of the gem just a little closer to the marut.
Are you trying to tell me that you had fabricate prepared?
No, I'm using the Mythalar.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's second round. Fabricate is a spell that lets you use other materials, I believe. You need creation to make something out of scratch.
I've got a load of smoke around me, haven't I?
You want to turn that smoke into crystal?
Yeah.
I mean, that smoke is...
You kind of need to use crystal. I know this, Niall, because we've previously had this discussion with the same person, and I've had this spell up because I had...
I'm also using a Mythalar.
If you want to cast creation, that's fine by me.
Yeah, I'll use creation to create a replica gem.
Okay.
I rolled a 26.
Okay. You recognize the feeling in the back of your head. With the Mythalar, you can do anything.
Great, cool.
Literally
All
anything.
right, here we go. Well, we're going to do anything. I'll then cast Demiplane using the Mythalar below the actual gem. And is the gem... Would I know if the gem was a creature or not?
No.
Did I make an intelligence?
No, there's no way of knowing if it's a creature or not. It's a gem right now.
I'm going to cast Demiplane below the gem.
Okay.
And then... And then do I need to roll another Arcana check?
Yes.
Cool.
The DC is getting higher and higher and higher now. I'm
27.
Not enough.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't get much better than a 27, so I'll allow it.
Why would you need to do anything but use the Mythalar?
Yeah, I know. That makes sense.
You can use it to do literally anything. You should keep on using it. The air around you starts to... well, it's in the middle of a time stop and you wouldn't care, so...
No, it's fine. What am I on, 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dimension door, fabricate, demiplane.
Cool. I'm going to use my action to push the gem into the dimension.
Why would you use your strength when you could use the Mythalar?
That's a good point. Can I will it with my head?
Why not use a spell that just like a mage hand?
That's a cantrip.
You could use the Mythalar for that, though. Why not? It's right there. It's free magic forever.
All right, I'll just pop it in then. I'll just use the mage hand to push the gem in.
Great. Roll me the Arcana check again.
Okay. That's a 17 this time.
Mm-hmm. Can you roll me a D100? So
82. 82.
Okay. Right. That's your fourth turn.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll just turn to the marut. Look, I've got a fake gem. I've got my real gem hidden away in my demiplane, which I can now close off. So I'll close that off. And then I'll walk back to the Mythalar. I'll float back to the Mythalar using my Mythalar powers.
Do you want to cast the spell fly so you can fly back to the Mythalar?
Alright, yeah, why not?
Or you could Dimension Door, it's obviously faster.
No, I don't mind gliding.
Got time?
Yeah, I've literally got time.
Cool. In which case you use Mythalar again. Roll me another Arcana check.
That's a 24.
Still, I mean, we can stop rolling these. The DC.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
Roll me D100 again.
That's an 11.
Okay. And that's where your time stop finishes. Basically, you don't move from where you were originally, except you're now floating in midair, your eyes glowing, you know.
And he's like nodding just gently. Like, what a good job.
Okay.
Managed to save everything he thinks to himself.
I love how you... Okay. Right.
It's sound logic. It was a good idea.
Time stop finishes. And for all of you, no time has passed. From your perspective, Anton didn't move. Ephemera and Nate, too, would have been close enough to potentially see the gem vanish and another one appear. Potentially.
Nate won.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Depending a little on passive perception and how much you want to do with this, if you want to do anything with it.
Passive perception is 23.
Yeah, you noticed it. And Nate, what you would also notice is instead of that yellow light that suffuses everything and cracks starting to appear into reality, this is green and white sparks of lightning, the same color as the Mythalar, starting to flash all around the space, like this purple storm now has lightning and thunder crackling through it. If you look back at Anton, you just see him floating in midair with his eyes glowing white and green, and
he gives you the okay, the all okay sign.
You can probably put 2 and 2 together here.
Oh yeah, great pal. Shit.
Oh no, what will we do? The Marut will get the gem.
The Belnorn will do what they were going to do anyway, looking at this whole situation and the mess that is currently unfolding amongst all of it. Yeah, okay. They're concerned about all of this too. I want to make my life more complicated. Yes, of course I do. What's wrong with me? They're going to turn around and start casting Gate. And they are going to try and summon a Celestial to join this situation and help. Okay.
How's Hoffa reacting to this whole Anton sitch?
Holfer hasn't seen it yet and doesn't really know what's going on. It's not Holfer's turn. Yeah, sweet baby. This is there. Guys?
Imagine being like your younger self. That'd be scary. I'd be scared.
Younger, weird god self, nightmare. Good. Cool. Striding.
Oh, not younger anymore. Sorry, not younger anymore.
No, about some age. Striding through the wall, striding through the gate is, they're called Archons. It is stepping through, it is elven, it has a lance, it is riding on the back of what looks like a mount with wings, but it doesn't look Pegasus-like. It has more of a slightly ashen quality to it. And as it steps out, it looks at the situation, looks down at the Belnorn, who will just prostrate themselves in front of it and go, "We need your assistance in a time of great need," and they will just nod and roll initiative. Cool. Added to the count. Ephemera, it's your turn.
Great. I actually have a question.
Sure.
But when the mist was swirling around, did we feel anything as we breathed it in?
No, because something has changed. The mist is still swirling around.
Okay.
Did I not get rid of the mist when I pushed it into the hole?
No, it's already left the gem.
Aw. I wouldn't have wasted the last round then. Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Oh well.
I mean, it was still leaving the gem and you were pushing it in. There's probably bits of it in that demi plane.
I'm a little mindless Senate at the moment. I'll let it slip. I got bigger problems to worry about within this gem. As in Nile does.
Does it smell of anything or feel cold? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, I see. It's got a perfumed quality, but it's got a... The best way I can describe it is it's like the imprint of action. It feels drawn to do, to act, to move.
Interesting.
Spicy.
I feel the opposite. I just look at the gem, the marut, and the newly arrived god Anton, and the second Nate that is also an unspeakable monstrosity, and now the new celestials that have come in, and Ephemerus just gonna go, "You know what? Not my problem." Have at it, guys. Destroy the world if you want to. I'm just going to be over here by the tree. And I will literally just go to the tree and sit down grumpily.
Okay. As you move towards the tree, away from here... No, we'll get to it on its turn. Ava, Eldrathne, you appear in the midst of all of this. You have no idea what's going on. Ava, it's your turn.
Amazing. Right. Ephemera's over there. Mm-hmm. Anton's over there. Mm-hmm. Marut's over there. They're the three important things.
Yeah.
Free talking to free action and one free object interaction, right?
Yes.
Number one, I will whip open the wrist pocket, take the Wand of Orcus, and literally throw it to Ephemera. You look like you could use this. It is good to see you. Have fun.
Ephemera will catch it and just kind of stare at you, just dead behind the eyes.
Dead eyes as well, because you're reborn.
Yes. But like, the other side.
I know that Ephemera doesn't particularly like combat. I assume that's all this is. There'll be time for a conversation later. Over to Anton. Bring him back now. We all might be about to die. Bring him back.
Oh, okay.
Brilliant. And then for my action and bonus action, I would like to use my Crown of Stars ability to summon that. And as my bonus, I would like to send the first of the...
Stars?
Yes, I can't remember if it's 7 or 12. 7, the first of the 7 towards the Marut.
Please do.
Not Marut. That is a plus 12 to hit.
Absolutely. Go for your life.
That is a 27 to hit.
It does.
Brilliant. 4d12. I had my 4d12 nice and ready. Ooh, that's not bad. That is a 6 and a 10 is 16, and a 9 is a 25, and a 5 is a 30, so 30 points of damage.
Bang.
That's my turn. I'm not a wizard, so it doesn't take me 5 hours.
No, it takes 5 turns because I can.
You fired off the spell, and as you did, it passes through these clouds, lighting them up as it goes in a sort of haunting, ethereal way, and then hits into the side of the Marut. Again, doesn't really flinch or react. It is too big to care. The Marut straightens, looks around the space, and will plane shift out.
Oh, shit.
It's done its job.
Yeah. Well, I wasted that time, so.
The mind's been released. It's done.
But at least the body.
As a free action, the Krokektoek just does a kind of, oh, for fuck's sake.
Anton will do the same thing.
I mean, everybody's doing it.
Yeah, Eldrathne is literally like turning to Ava being like, excellent. I've been waiting far too long to hit something with a hammer. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Eldred, it's your turn.
Fuck's sake! Can't I hit a gas?
How do I hit a gas?
Can you hit a mind?
Also, Nate 2 will drop concentration. Point.
So stops being a cracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we need to panic? The body is no longer on this plane. Things are not as bad as they were.
Can we just make another one to put it in? I don't know. They didn't tell us how they put it in the...
I mean, I could give it a go, but am I resurrecting Jeremiah first, or am I trying to stop this?
You're resurrecting Jeremiah first.
Okay.
I don't know what's going to happen now, but I don't think the mine's just gonna go. Also, why is there white and green lightning all around the place?
It's just the pretty lights of this beautiful thing.
My passive insight is 19.
Anton?
Oh, on me?
What's with the pretty lights?
What Anton genuinely believes that it's just part of this beautiful machine. Like, you know what I mean? Canonically, it just rewrites his mind. So he's like...
We can all see Nate's expression though, right?
I think at this point, Nate and Nate too are looking at each other with a kind of balls. Like, this is bad, isn't it? Yeah, this is really bad.
This is what he wanted. Bring him back.
Are we out of initiative order?
No.
Okay. You focus on that. Nate, what am I doing with this cloud?
Which one are you talking to?
Ah!
Does one of the Nates say that?
Just the one that is near the cloud. Like, you, what?
You're all in the cloud now. Everything is cloud.
If you're talking to the one that is not at Mythallar, that wasn't just a giant monster. I think, well, I guess if we can try and get this cloud back into a crystal or something that can hold it.
Are there, in the elven horde of magicy things, are there crystals?
There's a giant crystal on the floor that someone just made. The crystal that Pandorym was in appears to be entirely whole and just sat on the floor.
Oh, I made it as an exact replica. I was hoping that the Marut would smash it and then be like, job's done, then plane shift out. The plan was, I thought the gem was still intact. So I was like, I'll make a replica one, hide the old one, smash the replica, be like, jobs are good and fuck off. And then we'd be like, got you.
Great plan. Shame about the way it didn't work.
There is a gem in the center of the space that looks like the one that Pandorym came out of that looks to be entirely intact.
Yeah, but I don't know what use that is now. At a loss for anything useful to do, Ildra's just going to look very pissed off at the cloud and say, I don't know if this will work, but I suggest you crawl back into the gem from whence you came. And I'm going to try and cast command.
Interesting.
Can it make a wisdom saving throw?
It can certainly try. It's a 23?
Yeah, not by
How about
much,
a
but yeah.
4?
That would fail.
You've got divination dice left.
Oh, it's got to be a one word. Bollocks. That's not the word.
Forms.
Testiculates.
Return.
Cool.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay.
Are you phrasing that as in the thing thinks it needs to return to its body, Chris? I see those eyes.
No. It's going to it's going to attempt. I mean, it is its turn now because we've hit the end of initiative. It's going to attempt to return to the gem. So the cloud will pour down towards the gem, but the gem doesn't have any cracks in it because Anton fabricated one that's kind of fine.
I said I fabricate one exactly like the one that had been left.
He did. He did.
Then it falls back into the crystal and just fills it. And you all now hear in your mind, it's psychic, it's not noise, a voice going,
Error. Confused. Find body. Scanning. Body not found. Find alternative.
Cool. Anton, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Oh, okay. That might be okay. Is it a magical effect?
I'm going to say that it is, because otherwise you'll never get to use that ability.
Oh, well, at the moment I've got 22.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll take the 22, please.
It's a god-killing entity. Do you think a 22 is enough?
Yes, he said, now unsure of himself.
The smoke has moved into the crystal and then sat there thinking about its choices. And it now pours out in Anton's direction and will just envelop Anton entirely. Nate, it is your turn. Both of your turns.
Shit.
What now? Does anyone know about this thing? Can we get it out of him?
I mean, it's supposed to go to its body, but it couldn't find it, so it's found an alternative, but it'll have all of his abilities, and he's just a wizard. Right? Right?
How does it feel, by the way, Chris? How do I feel?
Oh, Anton's not here right now.
Great. I mean, I wasn't really here earlier.
Oh, no, don't worry. We have things to do on your turn.
It's just a wizard, but a wizard currently attuned to a giant magical battery.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let this play out.
If we kill Anton, it'll just go to one of us next. How do we stop a mind in the form of a gas?
I think the gas is kind of metaphorical. It doesn't matter. We need a way to contain it. Something to contain it. This is 6 seconds. Come on.
Yeah. So Nate 1 would hold up his hand again that has the ring on. And is going to wish that Anton's body is no longer attuned to the Mythallar.
Roll me the D100 to see if this is the last wish.
Okay. What was the number I got last? It was 89, wasn't it?
89.
81, wasn't it?
It was higher. 89.
No, it was 89.
Yep.
56.
Okay. As you wish for that to happen, the ring on your finger crumbles and fades away. But, Anton, you are free of the compulsion of the Mythallar as you are disconnected from it, and all of the magic spells you were upholding with it all cease as well, and you collapse onto the floor, no longer flying. Maybe land a little bit awkwardly. You're still not you, so Anton's not here right now. But you'll no longer feel a need to cast a spell on every turn and potentially destroy reality, so that's good. That's good. That was Nate 1.
Yeah.
Using a wish spell.
Mm-hmm.
The second of this campaign. What's Nate 2 doing?
Nate 2, I think, I feel like Nate 2 would have a sense of, so I know what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's possible in a single action. I feel like Nate 2 would have a sense of this. Is it possible to fix the gem and pull everything into it in the one action, basically?
When you say everything?
Pull the consciousness out of Anton back into the gem and fix the gem that's there.
There's no spell that pulls alien consciousnesses out of people.
No,
it sounds like a wish to me.
If you're using a wish on the Mythallar, I will again warn you of the repercussions of using a Mythallar too much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I was the one that used it a load. Like, surely G will be alright.
Already, Nate 2, this one, has already used it. Has it been attuned and tried to use it a few times?
But that's okay. Hang on.
Because
Simulacrum lasts until it's dispelled.
Correct.
That's just an action on the part of Nate 1, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nate 2 knows that and knows that if he goes out of control, then Nate 1 can just be like, nope, you don't exist anymore. So, yeah, Nate 2 will cast a wish that the consciousness was back in the gem and back in the complete gem, uncracked.
It's about replicating spell effects or doing something for DM fiat, which means it's entirely up to me. I think that's slightly too neat. The ability to simply reverse something that took a creature an entire action.
Mm-hmm.
You could encase the creature inside the gem.
I was going to say, if that's not a feasible thing as an action, which is totally fair, I think, Nate would instead use the cracked gem, the material of the cracked gem, to create a complete gem around the consciousness and necessarily Anton.
So it's trapped again, but Anton is too.
Yes.
That seems poetic. I'd allow that from a wish. Roll me an Arcana check.
Ooh. 29.
Using the power of the Mythallar once more, still attuned to it. Nate 2 takes the crystal as is, tears it to pieces, and as it does, it reforms around Anton, who is now trapped inside this gem. Cool. Just checking my very long encounter tracker. We're out of initiative.
Will he die in there?
No, I don't think so. I mean, plus, there's another one of him in here.
Well, that's a problem. Doesn't he need to die for that one to wake up?
I mean, in theory, but he's a clone in the first place that was conscious because he wasn't getting used, so I don't really understand.
It's probably fine.
We didn't get a chance to... Hello, not Anton. I'm Eldrathni. Do you know the same sort of things?
Holfair's going to... Eyes will flicker towards Ava in a kind of checking in.
She'll give him a little reassuring smile.
Yeah, no. No, I'm not Anton, I'm Holfair. Hello. I've never done that, and it looks like it was a bad thing to do anyway, because the lightning stopped, which it has, yeah, hello. Hi. Looks at Ava again with a kind of, you had a thing you wanted to do? Is it okay? Is your friend still being kidnapped? Like...
Oh, I think I maybe misread. I think Anton, who has gone, might have been the problem. Eldrathni has actually been very helpful, and Nate was also there.
Oh, okay.
And hearing the kidnapped thing, if anyone does look over at Ephemera, there is just a...
No, yeah, I still don't know why they didn't come. But I'm hoping
I
they'll be
told you shit kicked off here, and we weren't quite able to make it.
You told me you had other priorities, that is true.
Okay.
Yes, this.
Right, sorry, that was not meant to start a fight. Good. Okay. We're all okay. Everyone's okay. Everyone is okay with each other. We're all good.
Yes.
Good.
Are you good?
Yeah. Ow, but good. Hello. Given how one takes off this gigantic, and this is a sweaty helmet, my friends. This is a big metal sweat box. It is, and reveals a gigantic hippo head underneath. None of you have seen it before, not once in your entire lives. Hello. Corporal Regulus at your service. We came to assist. We met Ava there in the lair of the dragon. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We are committed now to taking some of the artifacts and issues that have caused these issues with us into the astral sea to remove them from this plane of existence. Seems like a wise idea. Would you like us to take that one too? Points at the crystal with Anton on it.
Yes.
Do you not want him to bring Jeremiah back?
I think if we let him out, I know I'm not usually one for the greater good, but if we let him out, then we also let the mind out and the world end. And he can't do it, the Mythala can. And any of us seem to be able to do that.
Nate too, I think, has gone over to the crystal and is kind of having a closer look. Bit of a sort of not guilty, but just looks kind of sad, basically.
Yeah. Fairly.
Can I just get one thing straight before we do anything else? So you all survived. Kudos to that. And after everything that you have done, Ava, to all of us, everyone, all the time, everything you've done to me, you're getting your husband back and everything's going to be all rosy, and now suddenly everyone cares.
I'm sorry. By everything I've done to you, you mean protect you, help you, love you, keep you safe.
I mean, you ruined my second chance at life.
You are tired and stressed and you aren't thinking straight. I will give you some time and then we can have a proper conversation.
Now don't patronize her.
What do you want me to say? Because either she is not meaning what she says, or she is and is therefore the most ungrateful, selfish, narcissistic child that ever walked the earth. So I'm choosing to believe that she's having a bad day.
I think
every
we're all
day's
having
a bad day with you. Sorry.
You go ahead.
Every day's a bad day with you. And if you just want to insult me, like you do all the time, I'm either the golden girl that you care about, or I'm an egotistical, arrogant child. There's no in between.
You can be both.
Oh, that's so gracious of you.
Look, if being with me has been so terrible, then fine. Go. Have it your own way and head off. You were the one who stuck to me because you didn't want to be on your own. Take the wand. I don't want it. And I don't know what you're trying to achieve here other than be hurtful. If you aren't happy anymore, then go. This is okay. I
will go. But I just want to let you know that
Wait. Before you say anything, just wait. I'm not very good at saying the things to the people. I realised it when you weren't there. I have not always. I have loved you as best as I know how. But I'm aware that hasn't always been what you needed. And quite often that has been serving me rather than you. I have loved you, and I am sorry if you take that as an insult, and I am going to try and do it better from now on. But I do realise I was not the best person to have found you.
Can I roll insight on this?
Absolutely.
Okay, my insight is normally very good.
Roll insight, understand, say fuck you anyway.
Well, that's a 2 plus 10 is a 12.
Oh, I only rolled a 13, so a 18, but that still beats it on my persuasion, not deception.
Interesting. Now, I don't think a bad insight roll gives you a false positive. I think it just means you don't know.
And gathering the information I already have on Ava, I'm just going to assume the worst.
How unreasonable.
You've not seen any positive change?
I unattune from the Wand of Orcus for the last time.
God damn it.
One with the portent dice is no more, so I better roll a 17 or higher.
I'm still...
No, you're not. You're still alive. Con save, please.
Yep. Oh, thank goodness, I thought I was dead. I rolled a 19, so that's 22. It's a DC 20, or at least it always has been.
It's lower than that, but it is a very high DC to be able to not die.
I genuinely was prepared. My con is not that good. I thought that might be it for Ava. Okay, we're still alive.
Okay, I need to roll damage because you take damage from passing. Otherwise, if you fail, you would just die.
I'm still at full health, Chris, so that's okay.
You know... Right.
So
with 23 temper hit points.
You also
actually no, the temp have gone because I took down my form of dread, so they're not there anymore.
42.
Oh, it's fine. It's like a third.
What was that, Nat?
You also would not have just died.
Of course! Death Ward!
Death Ward! Incredible! Oh, that would have been more fun to fail. Never mind, I did.
More fun to fail.
Is it obvious that you've unattuned?
I don't know. I think previously Ava would have made a big fuss about it, but actually the point isn't to make the gesture, it's just to do the thing.
I think you would know.
She isn't saying anything, she just does it.
And then stumbles slightly as takes a metric fuck ton of necrotic damage.
Is Holfair nearby? Can I, reach out to Holfair?
You're the worst.
Yes, of course Holfair's nearby and you can reach out to Holfair for support. That's absolutely fine. Go for your life.
Great,
He's been waiting for this moment this whole time.
Ephemera's just gonna go, unattuning from the wand as another bid to gain trust, to manipulate me. Yet, again, you're getting unoriginal, Ava.
Believe what you want to, the wand is yours. When we head out of here, Eldrathni and I think, have a plan. I would like it if you came too, but it's up to you.
Eldrathni and I, your ex-husband or current, as the case may be, I don't know how that works. Don't you sound like a happy little unit? You ruined my life, Ava. My second life. You isolated me, and you corrupted me. I'm walking out of here now, and I hope you get what's coming to you.
Good luck getting out of the... Oh no, the shield is down. You'll be alright. Good. That's good. Stay safe. There's lots of demons and devils and they all want that wand. Look after yourself. I won't be there to smite them all for you. I'm going to talk to Nate.
And I am going to turn to Holfair before turning away and just say, she's not what she seems. She is using you. Be careful. And I'm just going to turn and I'm going to walk away.
I will go after her unless she completely stops me, but I will go behind Ephemera. The plan was to help you and others like us. I'm sorry, I know. Well, actually I don't. You know her much, much better than I do. But for what little my opinion means to you. I thought I'd seen an inkling of change.
Eldrathni, you seem like one of the good ones. When I tried to stop you from going with the Mythalar, I was just trying to help.
I know.
And wanting to do something for the greater good, specifically because of her own personal trauma, does not negate the harm she has done specifically to me. I don't care what she did in the last 5 minutes.
Okay.
But I hope you stay safe. And remember to second guess everything that bitch says.
Do you need anything?
I'll be okay. I'll be around. I'm sure I'll see you again at some point.
I hope so. You stay safe.
You too. And I will leave.
Moonwalking out of the room with the Wonderwalkers.
Always. That's how Ephemera leaves every room.
Yeah.
This whole time it's headcanon, yeah.
Okay. Inside the gem. Inside your mind, Anton. You're aware that you don't have control over your body anymore. You're aware you've been disconnected from the Mythalar again, as well. You visualize being sat in that space. What do you do?
He looks around and he's like, "This is a good call. This is a good call." Might just go for a walk, I think. Cool off. Throughout the mindscape. I think everything's just internal. He's just got like his hands in his robes. And he's just walking and he's thinking about the last few actions. Thinking about how he genuinely thought he was gonna do it this time. And thinking about how he really needs to research this Mythalar before using it again. Like, this is the second time. It can't be, might trick me once, fool me twice. Better make it work the third time. If he gets out of this one. And he's just going to sort of like do mental calculations in his head, trying to do more theory math to see if he can figure out how to fix a Mythalar properly so that it's used properly. Now that he's had a bit more experience.
You can feel around your mental landscape, your mindscape, almost computing like calculations. Pandorym trying to work out a way out of this, a way to move forward. It's escaped one of these things before, it can do it again. And while you're making your calculations, it too is making its calculations about what to do next.
Can I hear them?
You sort of feel that it's happening at the same time.
Can I, delve into it?
Yeah.
What's it thinking?
It is reasoning that if the crystal is damaged, even slightly, last time it managed to reach the plane of law, it could find another ally that would find a way to free it. It is conjecturing how it could use, even if there is the smallest crack, if there is the smallest opportunity, how it could try and orchestrate events. There's a worrying hint of, like, again, that a Netherese city could crash on this one.
Well, the probability of it.
Exactly. It's doing calculations like you are, but you note it is faster. It's you, analog brain, looking at computer brain. Because Pandorym is a construct. It is designed for purpose, and it is relentless logic.
Can I see its coding? Can I see what its original function is? Like its thought about what its programming is?
Yeah.
Well, what's its original function?
It was summoned, brought into this world, created, in a manner of speaking, to destroy all gods.
Can I poke that programming? Can I do anything with it? Interact with it?
What do you want to do? From behind you, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think I might be.
Okay.
If you're thinking we can reprogram this thing from the inside out.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, good. That's what I was thinking.
Lorraine steps out from behind you, and together you start to think about what to do with this. More on that later. Ephemera, where do you go?
Well, I don't really know many places in the world, and I don't really know what direction is best to be going.
No, sorry, like in the next 5-10.
Yeah. I guess just out of the castle.
That's fine. You can make your way out of the castle. It's not like it's designed for it to be hard to access or anything. You can make your way up through tunnels. You could probably even find the long tunnel out at the side entrance if you want to. It's fine. The shield around Drannor, you're the first person outside, is gone. And you can see sunlight, hear birds. It was so quiet earlier, and now life's already coming back to it.
That's nice. Can I make my way to a kind of wooded area?
Oh, there's parks and trees everywhere. You can certainly find somewhere to sit, no problem.
Excellent. I kind of want to just sit in the crook of a tree, just take comfort from feeling nature around me.
Sure.
Take out the wand of Orcus, consider it for a moment, and then just say to it, I'd like to speak with Orcus.
That's where we'll end for tonight.
Operator, can I speak to Orcus, please?
I'll be fine. I'll be
to you?
Yes, one second, please. Putting you through.
I kept you safe and happy, and I cared for you. I may have not done it very well, but I did. Oh,
you
no.
You are a monster, and you know it.
No.
No,
Broken and different.
You're broken. You created a monster.
What all these terrible things you say I did? What are they?
Guys, we have to wrap up. It's
Sorry, I really need to know what the hold music is for Orcus's phone line.
Ride of the Valkyries.
Elevator music.
Anything that's not copyright.
That wasn't, don't worry. If I'm smart, then I'll pass the editors the link of that piece of music, which is non-copywritten. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Cool. Thank you very much, everyone. Woof. 1 episode left. Lots to wrap up. Your glasses are upside down.
Are they?
Yes.
Are they? Or is the world upside down, Chris?
Very good question. Right. Yeah.
No, you're just in a gem, and so it's like refracted and sort of flipped.
Anyway, join us next week for the grand finale. Probably less combat and more wrapping up the story. My God, this has been...
Gonna be fine.
Epic. Ooh. Okay. That's next Monday. And then on Tuesdays, we are currently streaming a Divergent Dream. That's Ali's show, isn't it? Now, you're in it.
I am. So
and Evie's in it too. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Lovely.
I guess I'm there too.
What was that?
Totally not playing another edgelord.
No.
Never. You could never.
No, absolutely.
You play edgelord?
Anyway, that's on
All
Tuesdays.
I ask is they have a villain arc.
Join us at 6 p.m. BST, or we might be back in GMT now. It's relatively soon. I don't know when it is. But yes, join us for that. And on Fridays, we have Talking is a Free Action, or Talk Together, depending on if we have a show to recap. But Talking is a Free Action. The question masters take people through their various dungeons of doom and ask questions of our player characters. You get a chance to meet them all in a different context, which is nice. Yes, that's on Fridays, also 6 p.m. Either summertime or we'll be into GMT. That's a crossover week. There'll be stuff on the Twitters. Speaking of which, check out the Twitters. It's Roll Together RPG, all one word. On Facebook, it's also Roll Together RPG. On Instagram, it's also Roll Together RPG. On Patreon, it's Roll Together RPG. Join our D20 Club. They are lovely, special, wonderful people, and you can join them and join us on Discord, find out more about what we do. There's all sorts of links and setups there. There'll be everything in chat. There's also a wiki, where if you want to follow these characters or the stories or the very many stories we have told over the very many years, all on the wiki. That's why we make jokes about it. It's great. Anyway, you can also listen to the show as a podcast if you prefer, or they're all on YouTube. You can catch them fewer than 24 hours after the show now, because normally quite close after the show because of the way that YouTube algorithm has changed and that Twitch has changed its policy. So yes, join us on any of those. Thank you so much for joining us this week, and we'll see you next week for the finale. Ooh, orcas.